Hi everyone, welcome back to WildCare. Today we are meeting our newest wildlife ambassador. Melissa, you want to talk about her a little bit?
Yeah.
Isn't she lovely?
So this is our one of two Virginia opossums that we have here at WildCare, which is non-releaseable. And the reason why this little opossum is non-releaseable is because she came to us with a part of a missing tail. And she spent a little bit too long with humans, so she's a little bit too used to humans here.
So we think somebody found her when she was a baby and kept her in, thinking maybe they would release her at some point.
Yeah.
And ended up that they realized they couldn't keep her, and she ended up here, but was already pretty tame and had been habituated. And why was the tail missing?
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. She came in with her brother and part of her tail was missing. The brother was able to be released, but not her.
Interesting. So she just got too used to people, huh?
Too used to people, which is what wildlife needs in order to survive, is to have a natural fear of humans.
Definitely. Tell me about that tail now, Melissa. Is it true that opossums sleep hanging by their tails?
No, they do not. That is just
that
a
is a myth. Absolutely.
Their tails are very powerful, though. They do use them for balance or maybe to hang onto a branch as they're crossing through trees. They also use it to carry leaves and branches back to their den.
I saw a great video of that. An opossum mama was making a den for her babies, and she had just wrapped up a whole bundle of leaves and sticks and was tromping along carrying it in her tail, and it was just cool. Mm-hmm. What's she doing now?
So what she's doing is she's had a couple of pieces of food here. She is an omnivore, so the diet for opossum is fruits, vegetables.
A little hard here. Yeah. Go ahead.
Cottage cheese. We have a cockroach in there. We have mealworms. We have some herring and some smelts. In the wild, they'll eat insects, slugs, mice.
Ooh, and ticks. It's
and
one of the reasons opossums make such good neighbors, is because they eat all of the ticks on that they have on their bodies. They groom them off, and they have calculated that they can eat as many as a couple of thousand ticks in a tick season, right?
Yep.
Opossums are amazing. I just saw a question go by. David was asking if our opossum has a name.
She does not have a name yet.
Doesn't, but guess what? You can help us name, isn't she wonderful? Name this wonderful little opossum. Look how she uses her little hand to eat her smelt there. So we are having a naming contest, and our education department staff has chosen 5 names, and you all get to vote on them. So the link is WildCare's website, discoverwildcare.org/name the opossum. All one word, and that's also in the intro. Look at her. That's also in the intro for this live stream. But we'll be voting for the next couple of weeks, and you'll take a look. The thing about the names for our wildlife ambassadors, we always want them to be informative and educational in some way. So you'll see the names that were chosen by the education department staff, and they all have a component to them that describes something about opossums or opossum behavior. These really are fascinating animals.
Now, she is a mammal, and mammals have characteristics of being warm-blooded, meaning that they can generate their own heat, so no matter what temperature it is outside, they can have the same body temperature.
Yep.
We're mammals. Mammals either have fur, like our opossum here, or hair like us.
Mm-hmm.
They also have different shaped teeth, which I didn't know until I read a book all about teeth.
Oh,
so
you
have your incisors, right, or your fangs, and then you have your back molars.
Okay.
So mammals have different shaped teeth.
Oh, that's interesting. And so other animals like reptiles have all the same kind of tooth? Interesting. That's so funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and mammals give birth to live young, and the live young are fed milk as they grow. So for the Virginia opossum here, she is North America's only marsupial, meaning that the babies grow up in the pouch. She has a pouch just right where I guess our belly button would be, is what I always tell the kids.
One thing I think is so interesting about the pouch is it doesn't go sideways. It actually goes up and down the mama opossum's body. Yeah, it's an up and down thing. Sorry, carry on.
And inside that pouch are the babies, and they're tiny. They're about the size of a jelly bean, and one pouch can hold up to 13 little babies.
Wow.
They grow really fast, and...
What? We didn't like that part.
She didn't like the shell. She didn't like the exoskeleton on that. And they grow up very, very fast. Of course, not enough room in the pouch for all those little babies, so they end up hanging out on mom. They have a really cool adaptation. On the back paw, they have a toe, just like we do, or a thumb, just like we do. It helps to hold on. At about 4 months old, they start dropping off. One by one, the mom will walk, drop off a baby, walk, drop off a baby, and that's how they get distributed.
And she doesn't go back for them?
She doesn't go back for them. They are solitary, of course, until they start to settle down and start a family.
Ooh, radish. Does she like radish?
She does like radishes, but she definitely eats all the good stuff first and then saves all the vegetables for last.
Oh, it likes grapes, though.
Loves grapes.
So mom will be walking around her territory, and as the babies have reached the appropriate age, and if you see a mama opossum carrying her babies, and if you do a search in WildCare's website for opossum, you'll see a mother opossum that raised her babies in care with us last year. And we have wonderful, wonderful video of her walking around her enclosure with all of her, I think there were 12 babies hanging off her body. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. So she carries them around, and then they drop off, and then that's how she disperses them. That's really interesting.
And they don't have very good eyesight. They can only see a few feet in front of them. So what they make up for in eyesight, they have a great sense of smell. Of course, that's used for scavenging, looking for food. And then they have lots and lots of whiskers. You see, she has lots of whiskers on this. And she has 23 whiskers on her face, and those whiskers act like our hands and our arms would if we were trying to look through the dark. We'd use those to feel around.
Interesting.
She's got 50 teeth. Opossums have 50 teeth. We only have 32 when we're adults.
Am I remember correctly that is the largest number of teeth for a mammal in North America?
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
It is. That's very good. And let's see, what else can we talk about our little lady here? She is nocturnal, meaning that she is going to look for food at night. They are found a lot where raccoons are, because raccoons like to tip over our trash cans, and of course our trash cans contain all sorts of good food for them.
Yes, they do. Hey, Anne-Marie.
So they love our trash cans, which is probably why we see them a lot in our neighborhoods, our urban neighborhoods. But another habitat that the opossum calls home is basically in the forest. Anywhere where there's a good food source and a nice clean water, they will make a little, that will be their little territory. So what she does is when she's licking there, so she's got food. It's not because of what's going on, but she's cleaning her hands because she's touched a lot of food. So she's cleaning off all
not because of COVID-19 is what you're telling us.
Not because of COVID. Although she's the original hand sanitizer. But so she's cleaning off her hands, and what she's doing is she's licking off all of that odor. Because if she has any sort of food smell on her, it's going to attract predators to her, because she is both predator and prey. Some predators of the opossum are northern spotted owl sequoia.
Oh yeah, she'd eat her. Okay.
Yeah, definitely owls, coyotes, foxes, and cats and dogs.
Of course, that makes sense. Yeah. So what, do tell, Melissa, is the opossum's primary defense mechanism?
So they play possum, or they play dead.
Yep.
That's the, if you've ever heard that saying before. And basically what happens, it's involuntary, means they can't control it. So if a predator comes up and grabs onto them or scares them, they'll faint. And then they start to emit this really horrible odor that smells like dead, decaying, rotten flesh. The predator
and where do they emit that odor from?
Their anal glands.
Excellent.
Yes. And so the predator will be like, yeah, we're not going to eat that. And they'll take off. And anywhere from 10 minutes to a few hours, the opossum will come to and go about its way.
No kidding. I just find that the most interesting defense mechanism. You faint, pass out cold in front of your predator, and apparently it seems to work. Do we have any idea what percentage of the time that works?
No, I actually don't.
Yeah, I don't know if we do know. Yeah. Kate Lynch, our one of our opossum experts, she might know. All right, my little friend, you look like you're getting ready to...
They spend a lot of time sleeping, about 16 hours a day sleeping.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a bad plan.
No, and she's 10 months old.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she came to us in November. So, and in the wild, they only lived about 2 years old. Hopefully with us, she'll live to about 3-4 years old. They age very, very rapidly. And now she's making a little den. She's like, oh, I've had my lunch. Now I must rest for the next 10 hours.
My work here is done. So if you're just tuning in, or if you tuned in a little bit earlier, this is our newest wildlife ambassador, a beautiful Virginia opossum. And she needs a name, and we are holding a naming contest. So visit discoverwildcare.org/name the opossum, and you can vote for one of the 5 educational and entertaining names that we can have for this beautiful, beautiful girl. We're just so excited to have her here as a new ambassador at WildCare. So Melissa, thank you so much. Melissa's doing such a great job caring for all of our educational animals, and we will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow.
How about the American Kestrel?
Oh, let's do the Kestrel tomorrow. Yes, Kayleigh would be very excited to, well, if he knew that he was being seen by all of you, he would be very excited about that, because holy cow is he excited about seeing anyone coming into the courtyard. We miss all of you. Look at her.
She's quite
so
a personality.
Funny. You can tell that sensitive little nose.
She's sensitive, like, I know, it's just doing little twitch. But she is she's also very, what I would say, sweet. So she's a very calm temperament.
Yep.
So, but yeah, she's great.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 1 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow for our next live stream from WildCare. Everybody stay safe and healthy and well. Talk to you soon.
Bye.